member Englander, and I'm going to kind of sing from the same hymnal that Jared did. The council member is introducing a motion in council tomorrow, also supporting Senator Stern's bill regarding Aliso Canyon. That will be happening tomorrow. He will also be attending the Dogger meeting on Wednesday. So that's pretty much, that's where we're at. So we're, like I said, we're kind of singing from the same songbook up here, but he will be there on Wednesday and the motion goes in tomorrow. Yes, sir.
The councilman made a comment on a radio show that he does support the shutdown of the facility. But that hasn't propagated into any resolution or action at the city level. Is there a consideration for that type of action from the council?
Those discussions are ongoing. That is ongoing. He did say that. He also, I believe at one of the protests, I think he got his picture taken with a sign that said shut it all down. Exactly.
Is that going to turn into action?
At some point, I would expect you'll see something, yeah. I mean, I can't really get into the legislative.
You don't know the timeline.
I don't know the timeline right now. I don't. But he has publicly said he would like to see the facility shut down.
And to that extent, I would like to officially ask that step be expedited and have it show up on City Council. We would be very grateful for it. This is a very critical time, and we need Dogger and the PUC to understand that this is not just 10 people complaining. This is a whole city and county government that has concerns about what's going on here, and any support we can get that is material on this would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any questions from the board before we go? Any questions from the board? Mr. Cruz. Any comment from the board? Okay. Just a second. Laney had a question.
Where does council, or Councilmember Englander, stand on the EIR for Chappelle's project? This is critical.
Can we're not going to get into that right now. We're sticking with the objective of this item on the agenda.
This is precautionary because it'll end up being like that.
I appreciate that, but we got to respect the process.
All right.
We're going to stay with
Please
this
let
item.
him know. We want his support on the EIR.
You can talk.
Yes, ma'am. I'll certainly pass that
as long as you want. Alex.
I heard from President West's office that this is also looking to be rushed for a final vote on Wednesday at a special meeting.
On the support for the state bill?
Yeah, so it'll be introduced tomorrow and then fresh for a special vote on Wednesday. Can you confirm that?
I believe that is the plan. Yeah, you know, things can always go sideways, but yeah, the goal is to get it done fast.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Do you know if there's any noise of opposition to it on the city council?
I seriously doubt it. I mean, I don't, you know, it's the council member's district, obviously. It affects CD 12. Typically, that sort of thing is respected within the council. It's not a particularly controversial motion, I wouldn't believe, among his colleagues on the council.
But I got to tell you, one of the reasons I'm asking this is that the city goes beyond this council district, and we have had hearings. I remember the one at AQMD or the energy panel. I don't remember anymore; they're all blurry. But we had the mayor of Bar, we had the mayor of Covina get up and talk about how much they're concerned about running out of gas and trying to carry favor with a good campaign donor. So we want them to understand on Wednesday and Thursday that this is not just the community. There are city leaders and county leaders that are also behind this, so we can counteract the trolls that are going to be in the room.
Well, I will certainly pass that along to the council member. You know, I obviously can't speak for the other 14 members of the city council.
That's why I was asking.
But yes, I will absolutely pass that along. I'll pass that along tomorrow.
And I sent an email last night to the councilman, and I copied John Lee on it, and I spread it to all the public officials that I know the email address for, so hopefully they got it and their representatives were copied on it, so hopefully the message is out.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Since it's brought up at the city council, get hold of Bonin, because the other Southern California gas company facility is called they said Oak was operator error. The operator said, I made no error. Then they said it was static electricity. Well, it's a gas facility. You don't have straight currents, sparks, and sparks that ignite two big pipes. So I say, get a hold of Bond and try to work it together. Because right now, the people in Playa del Rey are suffering because their facility is really pumping gas. And they have a worse facility than yours, if you can imagine.
Well, and we've gotten calls in our office from as far away as Alabama about folks that have been, there's a town down there that have been suffering for years, and they wanted to know how we were dealing with it because they haven't had any results, and they were impressed with the governmental action as well as, you know, the way the communities come together on this.
Sir?
So what can I do as just a community member if I show up in the meeting on Wednesday or Thursday? What arguments are likely to carry the day? I mean, I can give you my own personal story, like a lot of other people. I couldn't live in my house for 6 months. And the second question to that is, if they vote to reopen the facility, will the county, the city, will someone try to bring an injunction? Because it seems to me a step to stopping things.
I mean, the city, I don't know that the city can do anything as far as stopping it, because it isn't, it's out of our jurisdiction. It isn't, I mean, we can pass motions and say, this is what we would like to see happen, which we've been doing. So Jared, I'm gonna pass this over to you, sir.
Aliso Canyon, thank you, Colin. Aliso Canyon is what's called county unincorporated, meaning that it's not part of the city of Los Angeles. It's governed technically in the real world, in the regular world, it would be governed by the county of Los Angeles. But since Aliso Canyon's an energy facility, it's actually governed by the state and the Public Utilities Commission specifically. So anything above ground is governed by the Public Utilities Commission. Anything below ground, the wells specifically, is Dogger Division of Gas, Oil, and Geothermal Resources. To your question, what will the county or the city do? I can tell you, I can't comment on future litigation, but I can tell you that the counties, we've already started preparing for future strategies should the facility be decided to be reopened. We've already started talking about all of our any actions that are available to us should that decision go forward.
All right. Last question, Laura.
Sure.
To
So I
whom?
haven't really heard.
Who am I asking the question to?
I'm sorry, Jared.
Okay.
Sorry. So I haven't really heard after the Dodger hearings on Wednesday and Thursday, then how much time will elapse before we know anything further with the facility?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Isan, are you
I'm
aware?
sorry, I didn't hear. I'm sorry, I didn't listen. Please. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't hear it. I didn't listen. But Lori, please repeat the question.
Jared.
Yes.
So my question was, after the Dodger hearings on Wednesday and Thursday, do we know what kind of timeline will happen before we know any more decisions about this facility?
That's an easy answer. No.
I wasn't aware of any, but wasn't sure if I just didn't know if it was out there.
We will impress on them at the workshop to give us a timeline.
Okay, great.
Thank you. All right. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to open the floor for public comment. So I'm going to ask. Two written ones, so let me go with the written ones first and then open the floor. Sir Dr. Tom Williams.
Good evening.
And
Good evening, all of you back there, too.
Mr. Wynn, I'm going to ask you for 2 minutes. You got to help me out.
Okay.
You got to help me out.
Okay, the first thing is your letter regarding the final paragraph, it has some teeth in it. Completely unacceptable. I like that. A slap in the face of the people. However, you say should, you urge, you ask politely in other paragraphs to do various things. So, in summary, put some teeth into this, because Dogger, the gas company, will not move unless you show force. And the only force you have are the people in front of you. So, all I ask is, hey, stiffen it up. I can help if you send me an email copy in Word, and I'll do track changes and all that stuff. But there's too much conditional usage. Fundamental, what was the root cause of the blowout? Has anyone ever looked at what the design of the well had? No. The well that blew out, SS-25, had a subsurface shut-off valve. But then they said, oh, we took that out in 1979. So they were submitting for over 20 years false documents to Dogger. And Dogger, nothing's happened, so I guess that's okay. Some of the other wells, 25A, 25B, 44A, 44B, all have various things that were not permitted. So you have a basic problem. They lie to you, and as long as you find it unacceptable, that's what they refuse. Say, you must do this. Elsewise, they won't look at anything. Root cause analysis and the emergency response plan to protect your asses. Thank you.
Ms. Harmon,
Oh. Wait, Chrissy,
please.
watch out for that crazy horse. I don't want anyone to trip.
Hello, board members. My name is Diane Pinky Harmon. I got that name from Queen Latifah, but that's beside the point. I live in Porter Ranch Estates. I have been in the hospital twice because of the Aliso Canyon. My husband is disabled. We all know the story. I've been in a hotel, or was in a hotel, for 7 months. I feel very strongly to shut down Aliso Canyon. And that is the reason, Diane Pinky Harmon, that is my own, well, one of my major reasons, I am running for mayor of Los Angeles against Eric Garcetti, and I want it shut down. That's all.
All right, other public comment? Question, please step up to the mic. Maureen, and then, what's your name? Sandy. Watch
Watch the wire.
or if you want to, that's your choice.
Okay. I know I've told people this before, and this might be a valid point, it may not, but I have somebody that'll verify it for me today, I found. Years ago, when the heavy rains came, part of that mountain came sliding down. I know a lot of you didn't live here, so anyway. Does that have anything importance about how unsafe that hill is, that mountain is? Does it?
I don't know.
Well, you can bring that up at the meeting.
And so can you.
So can I, yes, I will. Because I mean, earthquakes and part of that mountain slid. So I have proof now. Kathy lived here too, and she remembers it. See? It's not crazy.
Sandy's.
My name is Sandy Venetian. I'm a almost 17-year Porter Ranch resident, and what I want to know for myself and for my community is what can we do for Wednesday and Thursday to have the most impact? Be there, write letters, speak.
Yes.
What do you think? Yes?
Okay.
All of the above?
All of the above.
Let's make sure we have that as part of our discussion. Yes.
And copy everyone.
I'm sorry. Sir, please, you can step up.
Hello, thank you. My name is Larry Van. I'm a resident of Porter Ranch for 19 years.
I want to help and I want to be there tomorrow, Wednesday. My wife will be there. I just want to get something clear because I'm not as savvy as you as what has happened. It's my understanding that of the 115 wells, 0 of them were acceptable, and now there's something like 30-something that they're claiming have passed the test. Am I correct in saying that 0 of them could actually pass the test when they did them?
Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to have my information straight in case I'm asked a question or I want to have a question to ask.
Sure, okay. Let me jot it down and we'll have it part of the discussion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. If someone, oh, I'm sorry, Chrissy?
So one of my questions is, knowing that Dogger was the agency overlooking this for the last couple decades, how do we as a community really have faith now that they're like actually going to be doing their job? And how do we know the one guy that goes and does his clipboard and says everything's okay, isn't chummy with the same guy at the facility for the last 20, 30 years? So what assurances are they giving us? Because right now, their word and their camera that they're saying really isn't enough for me. I don't really trust it. So that would be my one question. Second, along with other people, what should be the focus of people talking? Because we don't want to say, okay, well, I was doing this for the last 2 years. Do we want the comments to be based on in the last 3 months? Do we want people to give dates of when their kids got the nosebleeds? How specific should residents get to their own story to convey how they feel? Or how general should they be to describe their entire area?
Okay. Thank you. Matt, please step up.
My name is Matt Pacuco, 10-year resident and president of Save Porter Ranch. I completely support that letter, and especially shocked by the part where SoCal Gas hired the consultant to pretty much put together the safety review, and then had the disclaimer where they don't even swear that anything's accurate. They're not liable for any inaccuracies. So apparently, well with that, and Dogger accepted that, CPUC accepted that, and when Dogger CPUC did the tours of Aliso Canyon, they did the tours. They showcased SoCal Gas where they're supposed to be policing SoCal Gas. So it's up to us residents to do what you guys are doing, put that letter in, put the other stuff you put in, because apparently we have to regulate these companies. We residents have to regulate these companies because nobody else is. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Hi, Lori Avassian. I'm a 17-year resident of Porter Ranch. Want to thank the board, especially Isam, for the effect you had on Dogger to have the Dog and Pony Show that was going to be broken off into individual groups to voice our concerns over the safety of the field, taken to the format it's taken to. Wondering when we're going to find out how much time we do as individuals have to speak. You'll let us know. And I would urge anybody that hasn't done this before to definitely have your notes very well organized, because you may only have a minute, you may only have 2 or 3 minutes, and it goes by very quickly.
Thank you.
There's a couple of misspellings on your letter.
I'm sure
I can show you later.
Our proofreader, Lori.
Lane Semper, devoted stakeholder. I'm just here to express gratitude for your letter, stand behind it completely, and I also want to figure out how to lift this mic. Okay, there we go. I also want to echo Chrissy's comment about basically, what is it, how does that expression go about the hen house? Fox watching the hen house. Well, that's exactly what the PUC and the Dogger, they are. When we were at the the town hall at Shepherd of the Hills last year during the blowout, we waited for Mr. Peterman, the president of, is that PUC? And I asked him, what are their plans to convert to clean energy, 100% renewable? And he basically laughed at me. This isn't right. Anyway, so thank you for letting me fumble here, but you've got my gist.
Other public comment? Any comment on this? Sir, go ahead. You can stand up. Kyoko, you're next, and sir, you're out.
Hi, my name is Richard Brakovich, 15-year resident of Porter Ranch. There hasn't been too much discussion here about subsurface shutoff valves, and I think SoCal Gas and the regulators don't want to do that. So I think we should take the position, no shutoff valves, no Aliso Canyon. And these shutoff valves would be the primary line of defense. The actions that are being taken now cannot protect against earthquakes. They cannot protect against human error. They cannot protect against overpressurization due to equipment malfunctions. So a lot of the actions that are being taken don't even address these issues. So what you need is this big line of defense. They don't want to do it, and I guess it's because of cost. It's not, do you know why they don't want to do it?
I'll address that.
Okay, all right. Anyway, I think a little bit more emphasis on that and the things that could happen that the existing actions don't address.
Thank you. Kyoko, please step up.
Hi, it's Kyoko Hibino. So thanks for the letter. And then the most part that's really blown my mind is they allow to have 9 tons of methane is allowed. 10, I'm sorry. 6. It is just, it means that we don't have any protection whatsoever. So that's, it's really shocking to me. And in fact, they say, well, it's okay. That is the people actually doing the regulation. That's really scary. And just to comparison, 6 and then 109,000 tons that it was exposed. I mean, it was brought out. That's like, if you just divide it by 6, the daily, I mean, it's like 30 years. So, I mean, just the amount of methane was brought out, it's just amazingly too big that I think people just, don't understand. It's just taking advantage of that we don't understand. And, I think everybody, and the world is really downplaying. It's really, anyway, that's my comment. And for that Wednesday and Thursday, if people have a question, we have a flyer, more information. If you have more questions, Save Porter Ranch have more information in their website to check it out.
Come up, behind.
Hi, my name is Neil Reisman, resident of Porter Ranch. And I guess one question that, and it's again going to the persuasiveness to get them not to reopen the facility, has anyone tried to quantify the amount of money the gas company makes from the facility? Is there any sort of research on that? Because I know that they can buy the gas at a low price, hold on to it, and resell it. And evidently it doesn't serve the Los Angeles community. It can go as far away as Mexico.
Exactly.
And that to me seems almost, at least in part, what their motivation is.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Helena Tai. I'm a Granada Hills resident, 25 years. This meeting on Wednesday and Thursday, I understand is going to be more technical. They're going to be talking about it's safe, what they have done, I mean, the technical part. But our concern is our health. How can we bring attention just to our health? And I personally don't care what they're doing over there as long as it's shut down because we're all sick. I don't know how can we bring the attention to our health in that meeting and take over the meeting and, and just bring the attention to the health part. We need help with that.
everyone. Alex Nagy, happy to be here. I just wanted to let everyone know, and I know it's been said, but we have flyers over here, and what we need folks to help with is pass this out in your neighborhoods, post at businesses you frequent. Word of mouth is what's going to get people to turn out. Over the weekend, we called 2,000 of the Safe Porter Ranch members to let them know to come out to this hearing. It is so important that we do everything we can to bring not just ourselves, but our families, our neighbors, our community, people's businesses we frequent. It's so important. As far as the format, I think it's going to be very difficult for everyone to sit through an hour of being told how safe the facility is. I know there was a lot of hard work done on your part to make sure that this was a fair hearing for everybody, we could all be heard. But I think the order of things should be switched. I think they should go last. And we should hear from the community and elected officials first, because that's what really matters. That's what, they can't say it's safe if people are still getting sick, it's still leaking, and we don't know what caused the blowout. And so all of us need to get on message. We need to be clear that this is Governor Brown's decision, that his regulatory agencies work for him. If he's really going to be a leader and take on the Trump administration on climate and the environment, this is a really easy decision for him to do here at home. So we have to make that clear. This is Governor Brown's decision. All the support we're getting from the county, the city, state senators, congressmen, etc., is to push him to keep this facility closed and reject SoCalGas's application.